and he has said it ain't shit. So there's now a social pressure of his own design. Phoenix for 20 Canadian says, you what's bad? Being insane to miss his wild ride and self-destruction. He was insane to think he'd get off with a cabbage leaf slap on the wrist and just plain insanity for not pleading guilty. I see what you did there, Phoenix. I'm gonna let you go. But I saw that insanity. And to the insanity plea, I say,
oh hell no. Oh hell no.
no insanity plea. Mr. Ismail's coping and seething is music to me, and I'm relishing in his anger. And that's really what this has been the last week, is just like his coming to realization. I don't want to use coming to Jesus because that's too good for him, right? That's salvation that is not worthy of Mr. Ishmael there right now. It is him coming to the inside of him internally. He knows he's screwed. He has to act this character and play this character because that's his only role. He can't do anything else the rest of his life. He's pigeonholed into this character he's made for himself, and this is the end of the line for him. And this is the end of his 15 minutes of fame. And yes, this trial may drag out for the next year, but that's it. That's what you got, buddy, right? And then you're done. And then after this, you're going to be in obscurity, because you're really not going to be able to go anywhere at all without people recognizing you and, yeah. Kuro Mira for 10 says, I'm half certain he will do something stupid once again. Oh, yeah, no, he's going to do something stupid, but whether or not it's noteworthy is, who knows? Tian says for Singapore 10, I think the judge may smack him with a higher sentence in lieu of the system needing to deal with all the crimes our guy has been accumulating but not yet charged with. Is that a thing that may happen? They can still charge him with more, but they could just say, hey, we're going to just charge you with the maximum sentence because this is something that takes the maximum sentence. Yes. Xanowin says, you're famous, or people recognize you by your initials. RDJ, JFK, MTG, AOC, and now RKI. That's right. Phoenix says RKI will be like the Hawk Tuah girl in prison. He'll be doing a lot of spitting on that thing. Solid Gold said, I'm sorry, I meant the court's choice. I got you. Peter Butcher says, one like equals 1 year sentence for Johnny. Cabbages, that's right. Like the stream, people. Rebel Courtesan said, thank you for covering this and keeping us informed, hoping his case will start laws against nuisance streamers. Well, I think the deepfake law points out how nuisance streamers can be hit by that pretty severely, because what they're doing is they're broadcasting their crimes. So once again, when we go back to this this statute and we look at this, the reason why Johnny is screwed here is because he used a information and communications network against the will of the subject of the video. So he created a deepfake that's against the consent. And to be honest, it doesn't even matter that it was sexual. So let me be clear, right? Let me be clear. It doesn't even matter that it was sexual. It was against the consent, right? It was against the consent of the person. The people he's been spamming out deepfakes did not consent to them being distributed. And that's where he's screwed. And he's created this community that is just cranking out deepfakes 24/7, and he's now paying the price for it, right? And he's streaming them, he's publicizing them, he's talking about them, right? And that's where he's absolutely screwing himself. And he's been screwing himself repeatedly, because he wants to play this role. Mule Viking says 17 years is what you get for double murder in Norway. What he has done is not 17 years. Andrew, that is crazy. I don't once again, I think that does that reflect on Norway or Korea? I think that, I'm going to be honest with you, 17 years for murder for double murder is crazy. A murderer should be away for life. And maybe that is my opinion in my American opinion, but I mean, sorry, I'm not sorry. I don't take a light stance on murder, right? If somebody meets the beyond a reasonable doubt and has a jury trial convicting them of murder, yeah, no, I think they should be away for a little bit longer than 17 years. That's my personal opinion, also my legal opinion, right? Certainly in the U.S. But yeah, that's not crazy. Yeah, trying to say that that's like too long, come on. Because Norway says it is, like, this isn't Norway. And once again, every country can do what they want to do. But yeah. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry about that. Like, Yeah, base lawyer, don't see what's wrong. Yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for that. Like no, sorry, no. I just logged in. Hi from Mexico. What did I miss? Rewind. I'm not repeating myself, but I love you. Appreciate you. Captain Obvious from 99 says, would you rather take the roundhouse kick from Chuck Norris or spend a whole day in the room with Johnny? I'll take the roundhouse kick. Chuck will be gentle. Chuck will be gentle. Ren Cruz says, when we know where those 2 dislikes are from. Yeah, we all know. Once again, we all know. That's why I just laugh, because it's like, oh, Johnny's paying attention. You know, I'm like, oh, he's watching right now. Hank is watching. Eliza Day says, Norway sucks at Punch Man. Johnny Mad says, that now that feeling is real. Love from Italy. Hey, love you too. Guyang for 499 says, hey, Ramsey, is RK ever going to learn his lesson? How long have you been practicing law? Can you play coping and seething? You're the best. I will play it at the end. It's the outro. I'll probably, and you know what? If I'll play it in a little bit, there'll be some good stuff to bring to it, but I want to make sure I get through all these. I have now been practicing law for, is it 10 years? About 10 years now, a decade, which is great. It's kind of crazy. I've changed what I do. I've been in-house. I've done real estate. I've done public finance, all sorts of different types of law. I do a lot of immigration now, primarily. But I also do some corporate stuff privately. So there's a lot of stuff that I do. I've read about thousands of contracts. But the thing about being a lawyer is you have friends that are lawyers. And in this, a lot of people say, hey, Andrew, you're not a Korean lawyer. No, but I can pick up the phone and call one. I can reference people that know Korean lawyers. I can talk to Korean lawyers, right? I've talked about this. I had an ex-girlfriend that was a Korean lawyer. I know people, right? In the U.S., criminal defense attorneys, civil attorneys. And that's the cool thing about being social. In fact, fun fact about me, I was the social chair of my bar association. So I am very good with a lot of U.S. attorneys that are in different areas. So it's very funny when people try to pretend you don't know anything, as if you can't just pick up the phone and call somebody who's a specialist in that area. It's very funny. Is he allowed conjugal rights in prison? I don't believe so. MLA for Ochan says, Somali's bet is to leave the country and head over to the DMZ and run to North Korea. If he pulls a Travis King, I think it will not end well for him. Ryobi said you can make an episode on Boondocks on RKI. That would be funny. Thomas Smith for 2 says, can he get caning legal? That would be funny, but there's no caning in Korea.
I know.
Bob says,
I'm out
let
here
us
in the
be
middle
clear.
of nowhere.
The more
My home
shenanigans
is
he
actually
does,
in Ratchet,
the longer
but
he
after
will
crashing
remain
my Zeppelin
to pay.
here,
The
I
cabbage
thought I
fields
might as
will
well
be the
start
tip
the research I came here to do.
the iceberg.
Perfect!
Okay.
These ornaments are perfect for my studies. Thanks so much for the help, adventurer. Oh, can I get my
Cabbage
helmet
for the
back?
cabbage puns. That was actually really good, Bob. That was really good. Damo for 5 Aussie said, learned a lot about different Asian legal systems from your streams. Big ups, Andrew Legend. Another donation causes Johnny to see emotional damage. I'll give you an emotional damage. We'll drop one. We'll drop one in the chat.
Emotional damage.
And of course, let me be clear. I am not a Thai lawyer, a Korean lawyer, Japanese lawyer, but I've learned a lot speaking to them and speaking to people that know about the law in those countries. And I am a person who loves to learn about the law. I love to talk about it, right? I'm not representing people in that, but they explain the law to me and I explain it to you guys. Danny says, if he does crime every day, can he avoid going to jail? No. Hannah says, as someone who's lived in China, Ramsey wouldn't last an hour here. He would not. In fact, I saw a video of, I think it was I Show Speed. And I Show Speed was like yelling when he saw a KFC. He was like, oh, KFC fried chicken. He was shouting. And he literally got shushed in China. That was hilarious. Ramsey Vile says, mind break tag is justified. Yep. Alex Chung says, first time watching. I hope he goes to prison from Taiwan. Hey, shout out to my Taiwanese watchers. Dick Schneider says, Kimchi Khalid won't let us have a break. Miss Sunshine said, any chance he's thinking if he constantly has charging pending, he'll stay out of prison? No. They will. That's not how it's going to work. No. They're going to probably get him behind bars sooner than later. And that may be why they merged the charges in. Maybe they merged it in to get him behind bars sooner than later. Because, if they keep this moving and he gets behind bars, then, we're good. Nick Cruiser says, it'll be great not to see his antics or face on my X feed. I know. And trust me, guys, I want to cover other topics too, and I will cover other topics. A lot of people said, well, what are you going to cover after? Well, we'll see what's going on at the time. I've covered the Depp versus Heard case. I've covered You know, a lot of big defamation cases, murder cases, the Sarah Boone trial. We've got a lot of stuff coming up that I can cover, and I'm happy to cover all sorts of different topics. And I know it's not always going to get 12,000 people in the chat, but I'm happy to talk to people, whether it's 1,000 or 5,000 or 12,000 or 30,000. We were talking about the Niji Sanji VTuber contracts. I think we got 30. That was my record. That was a good one. But I'm happy to have all of you here. And you're all welcome. And I hope that you've enjoyed my content. I try to be educational and entertaining. And I also try to stay above the, we make jokes, we have fun. I like memes as much as the next guy. But I do try to stay a little bit above the mudslinging, defamatory level of some of these guys and as well. Glimmer Girl says, thanks for the content. Much appreciated. Jay Montauk, for $4.99 super sticker. Thank you. Joshua Reddick. So at this point, I don't even think OJ's dream team is get him off the hook. I think he's called himself OJ. I think he actually said that. I'm pretty sure he said that. Lex Ludo said the parallels between Korean trial stage and RKA progress through grief is interesting, isn't it? I know, and he's not hit the acceptance phase yet. Colin says, Andrew, any word on the charges from Lotte World? No, we have no word on the charges from Lotte. Ike says, RKI says he won't spend a single day in jail. For once in his whole saga, he's right. He'll be spending hundreds of days in jail. Oh, that would be good. Junebug says, would he have to register as a sex offender? I don't know yet. I will have to do more research on it. Silbury says, RKI, you can't go to jail for French kissing. Oh, Ramsey, all the laws are made up. Always have been. Andrew, you need a always have been meme. I did, but it got me in trouble. I'll have to edit this, but I'm going to play it.
It's too far away. I'm out of range.
There's the meme. FTR, thank you for the Polish Zlota. Thank you. Thank you as well. We're beyond well done. RKI is charged smoking. Damo says if he fights, he be out while it's waiting verdict. It's possible. So let me talk about RKI's decisions here. So here's the decision tree he has. He can choose to plead not guilty. If he chooses to plead not guilty, we are in for a very long trial. Could be a year. Could be more than a year. Because we're going to have witnesses, evidence, right? It could be very long. Now, it could get done in 6 months or 4 months. It's possible, but it could be up in a year. Depends. Once again, witnesses might just not show up. Who knows? If he decides to plead guilty, we're still going to have some testimony, probably witnesses regarding sentencing and how bad his stuff was. So no matter what, this is not over in April. It could be over in June-ish, earliest, if he really pled guilty. But I'm thinking even if he pled guilty, September would probably be a fair date for when this might come down. So he might be out that long. Now, when we go to the court, the judge can decide to detain him. But that's going to require an act of the judge. Typically, they don't do that. That would be abnormal. So if they want to keep him behind bars, they're going to need the judge to act on it. We'll see. Also, we just had 100 memberships, 50 and 50 from Harold Shimerson. So I'm going to play the entire, we're going to get 45 seconds of coping and seating for 100 memberships. Thank you so much, Harold.
You are coping and seating. You just can't believe what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seating. The truth it is all day, and now you are molding. You're coping so hard. Coping and seating.
Very good stuff. Thank you so much, Harold. You know, Ramsey hates that stuff. Also, just for the record, for Ramsey, I think we're over 400 members now. Yeah, we're over 400 members. So welcome all those 400 members today. That's more than his viewers times 10. Super Korean says RKI said he's worse than Epstein and Diddy. Excuse my poor job. Yeah. Ribby said, I mean, you mentioned the fourth charge before the first trial, and he watched your live stream, came to trial with arrogance and rudeness, only to be shooting himself in the foot. And he's going to do the same thing with the fifth trial. He's going to pretend it doesn't happen. He's going to try to pretend, once again, I showed you guys the actual file. So, like, this is not, I'll even show the complete image, right? This is the original image, okay? I'll just show you my full screen here. This is the original image in Korean, right? So anybody who speaks Korean, not Ramsey because he's like illiterate, but you can verify this is the thing. This says the charge right here. You can read it out. This is the actual file, right? Unlike Ramsey, I actually check my stuff and I actually know what I'm talking about, right? This is the real deal. So Ramsey talks a lot of stuff, but he doesn't ever show any receipts. We got receipts. So, and it's clear as day. There's no like, he can't cope his way out of this. It's done. It's officially done. So, yeah, there you go. Asian Wing Sauce says 4 months. Let's go. Insert RKI. I mean, Phoenix says they've sent us in early June, especially in early June. Thanks for the early birthday gift. I know that'd be great birthday gift. Robert De Jesus says thanks for the coverage. Shout out to Puerto Rico, to Nux Atozi. How infamous is he in South Korea? Not just legal internet. People know him. Students know him. He is known, especially amongst younger people, and they revile him. I mean, once again, you don't get punched in the face randomly on the street if you're loved, right? People aren't doing this because they love Ramsey, right? You know, a lot of times, oh, South Korea loves Ramsey. Yeah, no. Tanner Roberts says, I know there is a minimum, but what is the average sentence she's facing? The thing is, Tanner, it's hard to make predictions because this is unprecedented. So you're comparing apples to oranges. It's not, as you'd say, apples to apples. I'm not comparing the same thing. So I give a guess of, you know, at least a year, 2 years, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. But I don't know. I really don't know. If they gave him 10, I would be like, well, okay, there you go. They're making an example of him, you know. They give him 5. Oh, that's great. They give him 3. That's great as well. I will be happy with jail time, which it seems like I'm getting. I mean, it's like my birthday today. Ben Mendoza for 100 Norwegian krona says Norway has a very particular view of sentencing. A legal system has an overwhelming focus on rehabilitation over punishment. Last I looked, our max possible sentence, no matter the crime, is 21 years. Look, I'm not here to tell you your country is wrong, but you know, your judicial philosophy is based on what you feel is the goal. I just say, as a personal belief, I don't think a double murderer is rehabilitated, even under the theory of rehabilitation, which means making that person a better person. I don't think 17 years is enough to rehabilitate a person who committed a double murder. Not single murder, we're talking double. This is like the double quarter pounder of murders, right? I'm just saying, right? And in a system where, once again, this isn't like a kangaroo court, this isn't some sort of like corrupt conviction, this is something where you've gotten a lot of due process. And you've been able to appeal it, right? Ryobi says, was the deepfake charge merged through the multiple accounts of him harassing Xena others? We don't know. I can speculate on why it was merged. I think it was merged for a couple of reasons. Number one, because he's been acting out recently. I think they may have taken that into account. Number two, because I think they may want to get him behind the bar sooner. And number three, it is cleaner procedurally. It's cleaner procedurally to have it all in one case. So I can see any of those being the reason. Peter Butchins for 5 says, is it because the new deepfake law? It's not that new. It's 2020. It's been out for 5 years in Korea. So they do different set of precedents, especially with Johnny Smalley. It's not that new. 5 years is not that new. He knew this was illegal when he was there. He was doing it knowing it was illegal. And he's been doing it. And by the way, Johnny has known about the deepfake laws for a while. He's known about them for a good while. And he's decided to go out there and create deepfakes. He's created other deepfakes of other people, etc. Right? So he's been out there creating deepfakes like crazy, which is probably why the police have now skimmed his Discord for all those deepfakes and saved those and archived those, which is funny. Darko Pendragon says 2 years of watching, first sub, always good shows. Cool. Adam Graville says RK possibly getting mandatory time. Better have those cabbages ready. He can at least solve world hunger. Pirate Skeleton says RK, if I annoy him enough, they'll finally kick me out. Koreans, he doesn't just stop. At this rate, we'll have to lock him up forever. Just joins. What's the fifth charge? Deepfakes. It's deepfakes. And it's a serious category of deepfakes. Galby says, imagine if Ramsey came to Singapore instead of South Korea, he wouldn't last a day. Hello from Singapore. Hello from Singapore. I love Singapore. Great place. Wojo says, I'm sure more cabbage puns will turnip. Thank you for the 2001. RKI will get punches indefinitely instead of money. Looks like it. Looks like it. There are streamers in U.S. prisons too, exactly. And once again, to the extent they do crimes, they should do the time. Mini Maria says Somali Minuto's Ben. Now he has to sleep in it. Agree. Was that Bulbeju? We won what? Sorry, I can't translate well, but thank you. Kamsahamnida. Marshall Jed Cooper said, "Hi Johnny, thanks for the content. Like and subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe." Torek Roma says, "Bet 2 USD that he'll have 10 charges by the end. It's possible." Max says, "Oi, we got 4.4 people watching and 3.372 likes. Let's fix the algo." Actually, we have 10.5 and we only have 4.6 likes. So let's get that up. Spider Bro says the ultimate crash out, so we called Somali Award the Ramsey Award. I like the Ramsey Award because he hates it more. Hailstorm says, will Ramsey's lawyer receive discrimination for being assigned to him? Also, update on donating to South Korea. I will have a stream dedicated to donations. That will be in the future, so I will bring that up. Lugo says, "Hey, Johnny, put a quarter up your ear because you played yourself." Sue says, "What's the chow in prison like?" We're talking about very plain Korean food. So we're talking about like bland kimchi, like tasteless bulgogi, like very bland food. Marcin Wozak says, "Imagine this, Hanky Poo touching hands with Ramsey through the visitation plexiglass, both crying tenderly. Netflix special." Oh, that's just cute. Big Lord Gary says, "I don't know what Johnny was thinking streaming as he basically gave evidence against himself. He basically told on himself." Andres for 500 Argentina. Gracias. Says, "Now is he in jail for good or like an hour like last time? What if we send him to CCOT in El Salvador?" He's not in jail yet. He will go there after the trial is over. He pleads guilty or he loses and gets a guilty plea. Once again, they have a 98% conviction rate. He is not in jail, so he can commit more crimes. He can commit more crimes. He has the capacity today, right now, to do more illegal stuff. Absolutely. Cryosite Sioneko says, "Caught the 2x speed, regular voices with Diestick says, "Got my money from on 18 months jail time on charge 5. Max fines on all other charges totaling 151. That'd be fine. That'd be fine. At least he gets jail time. Virgos for 10 mindset memberships. Thank you. Osan for 5 says, "Let's learn about sentencing from countries that'll release others in less than a decade." Ha, that's a good joke. No, I think that, look, if he's sentenced under a decade, remember, he's got to serve all of it. There's no time off for good behavior in Korea. So he's got to serve all of that sentence. He can't get out of that. And I'm going to say this once again, because I know people are going to misquote it. He'll either be, they'll either suggest 7, or they can suggest up to 10.5, because half of 7 is 3.5. So 3.5 plus 7, because he habitually committed the crime. He made deep digs to several people, so they can charge him with this one. And this is a new element as of May 19th, 2020. So it's new, but it's 5 years old. So to me, 5 years old is not bad. Brian Gibbs says, "Those Mr. Streams, happy to catch it." Or is this Supreme? It's live. We're live. Any chance Singapore-style caning? Nope. But I've seen the canings. Jay Falcon says, "I heard he tries to blame his actually autism, mental illness. As someone with autism, I hope they throw the book at him." Yeah, he also tries to use being black as an excuse, being MAGA as an excuse, being George Floyd as an excuse. He'll use any excuse he can, which is why you can't believe a word out of his mouth, and I don't. Dalton says, "Please keep the clip of RK getting his bell rung to use during streams. There's something oh so satisfying." Oh, it's saved. Don't worry. Are there differences between the district? East is more strict than West? Yes. I think the East is a little bit more lax, and I think they're slower than the West. Sorry for the answer to this. Is he going to get off on good behavior? Not possible. Zat said, "Does the merger of his charges change his court date?" Nope, it's still April 9th. April 9th is still the date. 201 Studio for 5 says, "Japan and Korea are incredibly nice to foreigners. Justice is needed, so that's a new change." I agree. Kurata Wakira for 5 says, "Let's say he got put in the cabbage farm or other labor job. What would happen if he got caught sabotaging the job as a retaliation?" They wouldn't count it, and he would have to keep working. Or whatever, stay in there longer. Jellian for 5 says he doesn't need to go to prison. He needs to go to the dog pound. Oof. Will Stuttering John return to the Dabbers? I don't care, but thank you for the super chat. Potato Radio says, Utah police used a convicted double murder instead of using paper targets. Wait, what? Oh, I get it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard Archer and Do Right where he was begging Marco Rubio to get him free. The embassy is not going to help him, guys. Don't worry. Go Josh for 5 says, "RKS something similar to your ex-Korean girlfriend and Hank. Yeah, I know. That's very true. That's very true. You know, he's got the exact same thing. Mine is a little better looking. Just gonna put it on. Jopi1992 says for 50. Jury does not work the same in Nordics as it works in the U.S. It's very, very different on corporate work. You know what? I might have to educate myself on that, and I'm willing to learn about that because I don't know much about the Nordic system. So all I know is, you know, someone told me about Norway and they have light sentencing, right? For double murder, that's pretty light. That's what I know. But I'm happy to learn. If you guys have any educational stuff you want to send me, send it over. Ian Fenn says Johnny Smalley antics tend to recommend against birthright citizenship. Oof, oof. Kettlefire Charmer Hilta says when the April 9th trial arrives, will the judge start adding multiple contempt of court? They could if they wanted to. So if he comes in there with an attitude, if he comes there late, if he comes there doing all sorts of crazy stuff, they could. They could. Asian Dragon says, Mom and Trill were excited to see you were there on Saturday. Yeah, it was awesome. They're great. They're great. And I do hope I can help them. Perhaps I can help them attend one of the future hearings. I'm going to talk to them more about that. It's saying Halcal for 5 says, RK watches Legal Mindset to understand what's happening when legally, then downvotes because he thinks that will dismiss his legal problems. Yes. Him saying mean things about me is not going to make his problems go away. And that's the ultimate thing about all these folks. And the reason why I don't give my haters much credence, because they can say whatever they want about me, right? They can say the craziest shit they want to say about me, which they already have. They all have, all the nuisance streamers, because they don't like that I'm exposing them, and they don't like that they're suffering real consequences, which I'm reporting on. They don't like that. They hate it. And they hate that they're being called out. They don't like that. And they don't like that they effectively can't touch me, right? But I'm going to still do it, right? And I'm not going to be intimidated by somebody against reporting on what they have, right? So, you know, RKI can say whatever he wants to say. It literally doesn't matter. I'm not going to stop reporting on this guy, right? He can go as crazy as he wants to go. Doesn't matter. I don't really put any value in him because he's nothing but a common criminal, a petty criminal, and an international criminal, and soon a petty international sexual criminal after he's convicted guilty. He's not yet, but is either he pleads guilty or he's convicted, he'll be an international sexual criminal. And that will be a factual statement after that conviction. Repton says, RKI Barbie song, I'm a cabbage boy in a cabbage world. All day working on my knees, yeah. Pirate Skeleton says, wouldn't surprise me if the new charges were conveniently not made official until after he had pled and made himself a first-time offender. That could be it.
I need to get closer.
That could be it. Hackfish also said, shout out to Mom and Trill. They're eating tomahawk steaks. Awesome. Also, it's a straight fish ping tuber with 19K subs who learned about Hank. Cool. Yeah, shout out to all the small creators. I love my small creators. I appreciate all of them. Thank you. Thank you. Also, Andres with 50 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
That is over, I think we have over 500 memberships now. Once again, more than the real viewers of Somalia. A. Thompson says, is he out on bail? How much bail? There's no bail in Korea. You're either detained or you're not. And they don't detain people unless it's violence or drugs. So he's out. He's out. But still, he's going to see some prison time. TLC Boss says discovered RKO because of Stephanie Sue. Isn't that Rotten Mango? Isn't that the real name of Rodney Mango? I don't know. Is that? I think so, right? I'm happy I found your channel because I'm quite upset that it's occupying brain space. It's really bad. It's a really bad topic. Love your coverage, Legal. Okay, I'm banning you from the channel. Call me Legal. Nicholas DeFatati says, people going through trial wasting their breath on someone commenting about them instead of focusing on trials, just showing on this guy the pirates. Exactly. He should be arguing the law. He should be out there talking to his attorney. He should be out there fighting the legal fight, right? Like fighting people on the internet that are commenting on you and trying to be mean to you is not going to win you your case, right? It's crazy. And the amount of rent-free space I occupy in Archive's head is insane. QB says, imagine if Archive becomes an international embarrassment, then threatening to export him and make him another country's problem becomes legal negotiating. They wouldn't take him. They just ban him at the But that would be Karl-Heinz Grabowski. Full oil. Says, Grüß Gott, Andrew. I've mentioned that the South Korean law system reminds me of Germany, Deutschland. Did some research in South Korean laws based on German law. Really? Act. Yes, actually, I did hear that as well. That it's actually closer to Germany than to U.S., which is interesting. Thai coffee for 10. Sip. Kokun Ka. I had my flat white today at where the hell did I have it? Terminal 21, I think. And my Thai people know what Terminal 21 is. You know what's up. Mercenary X21 for 5 cents. Did you see the Korean tourists that pulled Johnny at the Shrine of Tsushima? Sent you the link. They banned all tourists. Yeah, no, I've seen that. It's very sad. Very sad. Pirate Skeleton says for 5, is there a hard limit to how much a Korean sentence can be extended due to bad behavior? Also, if new charges stack, yeah, they keep stacking. So if he wants to keep stacking, but typically the punishment, they kind of put them together and they say, okay, well, this is the total we're recommending. Uter for 50K Indonesian rupiah says, will the new case make his earlier case have harsher? Yes. Yes. That is exactly what we're saying. Say, as a new member, thank you. Maggie says, love your channel. Keep giving Ramsey emotional damage. I will. Regina says, so he's in jail right now? No, Regina. He is not in jail now. He is free. He is at Hank's apartment. He is free. What I am saying is the title mandatory prison is at trial. After he is fully found guilty on all charges, after he's guilty, the deep fake charge carries a mandatory prison time. There's no fine. So he will go to prison, not jail, prison after that, right? So he still has time to get milked for laughs and additional crimes. Oh, yeah, I saw all that stuff. Yeah, Asian Dragons is trying to defame me, saying we're best buds. Yeah, I'm best buds who he can talk shit about 24/7 and live rent-free in his head. Yeah, that's hilarious. He says whatever. He said, look, the same thing with Ice Poseidon. He's like, oh, we're best buds and working together, like, and then he hates him and then he loves him. Johnny says whatever he can say. Once again, nobody puts any stock in anything Johnny says. I don't even address it. Do you see me addressing it? I answer some of the super chats, but I don't even bring it up myself because it's so stupid. It's not even worth bringing up. And it's not even worth you guys telling me all the stupid stuff he says, because first of all, I know what he says. I know everything he says. And second of all, it's like, yeah, he said something stupid. It's a day that ends in Y, right? If Johnny is awake and breathing and on camera, he's stupid. But the thing is that's true about Johnny, which is the more fucked up part, is in reality, he actually has a certain level of intelligence and he can project that intelligence. He kind of knows what he's doing. And that makes it worse because he does what he does intentionally and maliciously, using these as tactics to try to get off. It would be different if he had truly, genuinely diminished capacity. If he was truly mentally challenged, he's not. There are some other nuisance streamers that you can see that kind of are. Like if you look at, for example, by comparison, World of T-shirts, right? We've covered World of T-shirts on this channel. Like, I mean, looking at him, I'm like, yeah, that's a situation where there's some capacity issues, right? Like, this is not a capacity issue. He actually knows what he is doing and does it intentionally. That's what makes RKI worse. That's what makes it way worse than everybody else. If this was a genuinely like mentally challenged person that had some mental deficiency, it would be a much more sympathetic thing. But that's not the case at all, right? Phoenix says RKI is a Boondocks character running into the Booty Warrior. Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Call me Joe says hi from South Africa. You may have interested in this, but can he hide? Nope. They're not going to let him hide in the embassy. Not at all. And you guys can contact the embassy and tell them not to have anything to do with Johnny. So if you want to contact the embassy and tell them, do not help Johnny Somali. This is the embassy right here. Let me pull it up. You can say, hey, I'm an American citizen. This is the U.S. consulate in the Republic of Korea at 188 Sojongdero, Jongno District, Seoul, South Korea. You can go right here, call this number, or send an email to them, right? And you can say, hey, I don't want you to have anything to do with +82 2397 4114. You can say, hey, I'm an American citizen. I don't want you to have anything to do with Ramsey Khalid Ismail, right? And give his full name, Ramsey Khalid Ismail, not Johnny Somali, right? RKI, that's why I say it, Ramsey Khalid Ismail. And say, I don't want you to do anything to do with this. I'm a citizen. Don't help this guy. Highs for 20 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much. Bad News Badger says, at least legally minded. Now feels a little bit better. I'll take any nickname. Ninja Investo says, have Johnny and Hank made up. Apparently Hank was having a surgery, a tonsil surgery. He's probably working those tonsils really hard. So apparently he had a surgery, so he wasn't home, but he'll be back to, to take care of Johnny's tears soon enough. Lex Loot Ho says Johnny has a Backpfeifengesicht. I don't know. I forgot what a Backpfeifengesicht is. But hey, thank you, Danke. 200 Watt Studio says, did Johnny have a father in his life? I think his father now has said like he regrets like Johnny, but I don't want to go down there. I don't like getting people's family involved or whatever, but I do think somebody had said like his parents have effectively disowned him, but I don't know. And it's illegally irrelevant. So yeah, I'm kind of leaving them out of it. Final Fantasy Steve says Somali Odiga suffer mandatory prison time. Random Squirrel says, is it true that Ramsey's family disowned him? Oh, well, there's the same question. Somebody said that, but I'm not sure whether it's true. So let me just say, I don't know it's true, right? And frankly, it's irrelevant legally to me. So I don't really care either way. Onyx says for 2 Singapore, Global Raid Boss, Johnny Somali, pick your fighter. Gary Lee says other streamers are careful now. Thanks, Arcade. Taikon Ake for 25 Hong Kong says if there was a deepfake case with SNU last year where 2 defendants were sentenced to 4 and 10 years, RK is going to get crucified. And he has multiple. He has a Discord that has been churning them out and sharing them like nobody's business. So yeah, there's some problems there. Mark Egan for 199 says, could RKI be acting crazy in the hope they'll lock him up? That way he thinks he'll save some money and some cash and get time served. There's no time served in Korea. So no, that's not going to work. Ryobi says for $13.99, at least with his interview, we know he's negligible for insanity. Yeah, no, he's just dumb. Once again, anytime you hear him speak, he's going to say dumb stuff. Anytime. Ryobi says for fifth charge, for $6.99, fifth charge could get Ramsey and other nuisance streamers in jail potentially for 10 plus years. Could get a Juniper clip. Okay, I'll get you the Juniper clip. VTuber Juniper clip of yes. Hold on, I've got that for you. Here we go.
Yes.
There we go. Hope you enjoyed that. Cleodra Silvestri says for 5, a Canadian, does Korea have a Disney-like fast pass system for nuisance streamers? They will after they're done with Johnny. I think after Johnny, they're going to avoid Korea. And I think a lot of them are being very scared in Korea right now. They're essentially hiding inside because they're afraid of what's happening in Korea. And they're not doing the normal stuff they would be doing on the same level because of that. I think they may stay away from Asia in general. I think they got pretty strongly dealt with in Japan as well. 21 Studio says pig and cabbage tossing salad. Yeah. Karl Heinz Grabowski for 2 says Ramsey is aiming at a high score in jail time for sure. Law IR 2B says covering universal updates. Screw the mouse. I may. Yeah, for sure. Celery says the MAGA hat hoping he gets bailed out like the Tates. He ain't getting bailed out. Marshall Jed Cooper said Hank can't get into deep shit with Johnny locked up. It's true. Law IR says not bringing weed into Russia after the NBA player. Luke TW said, can a court charge him with perjury or the equivalent for lying and coming to a student? Yes, that could be contempt of court. We'll see whether they think that's big enough. With everything that Johnny has done, he is so bad that the least bad thing he did was lying to the judge, if you can believe that, right? Like, he's told off the judge. He said, F you. He's made fun of their accents. Like, I mean, lying to the judge is bad, and that's contempt of court. But you know, you could say, okay, I'm a student of life, or I'm always studying, or I'm independently studying, whatever, right? You can declare yourself a student and like pretend it's for some other reason, right? But like he's done some really genuinely racist things over the last week regarding the court and the police. Anthony says Daogun's punishment should be community service. Punishing RK when he acts up. That'd be awesome, but that won't be it. They are trying to punish, vigilantes a little bit, so the law system, gets kicked in. But, once again, I back up Daogun, right? Insane Howcowl says, I just realized RK is only 24 years old. With a max sentence of 17 years, he'd basically be spending half of his life in prison. Now that is insane. Once again, FAFO. Napoleon Johnamite says 1,000 years in dungeon for Johnny. Mr. Zolbar is a new member. Welcome. Dreamcatcher says actions meet consequences. There we go. Cedric says no bail for Johnny. Yatta. Keita says at this point you're not only living rent free in his head, but taking the space of a penthouse in his head. Keep doing the good work. I know it's great. I am like the number one thing in this kid's head, and it is lovely. Asian Dragon says true. I try to relax, think outside the book. Exactly. 201 Studio says he effed up. When he fights the charges, he'll go broke if he fights legal costs. If he has a paid attorney, it's going to get very expensive. Pilot Girl said already emailed the embassy not to help RK. Thank you so much. Really great one there. Kathy Swamp Queen says, Johnny Somali, RKI, tell for lying, mouth is moving. Benjamin Lloyd for Ochan says, I see Somali's office tell from my apartment. Can I legally disclose? No, you cannot. If you dox, I don't care if you've been a good supporter, I will ban you. Doxing is not allowed on YouTube. It's against the TOS. Do not do it. I don't support it. Even Ramsey and Hank, right? Doesn't matter. No doxing in the chat. It's a TOS thing. Don't do it. You'll get banned. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Danielle will ban you. JP will ban you. No doxing, right? Once again, you have to be better than these people, right? Don't get down in the mud with them. INJR for 5 says, you talked about harsher punishment for people with a record and a potential strategy being used. What does it actually look like time-wise? Well, they've expedited it now. So now instead of something that was dragged out over a year, it's probably dragged out over the next 4 to 8 months, right? So now instead of something that could go for, very, very long, now we maybe have something that's a little quicker. So I can't give you exact dates. That's a lot of court discretion. There's a lot of witnesses that come in to play, but it's something quicker relatively. And I'm sorry, guys, the Korean process is not straightforward. And I'm giving you the reason why we do these streams. The reason why I have to do these streams regularly is because shit changes. And that is my legal conclusion. Stuff changes in this regularly. And it matters because the procedure and the timing changes. That's why I have to give you these updates like this. And I can't give you the answer ahead of time. If I could, I would. I don't. I can't. That's just how the Korean system operates. I can't change that system. And I'm not trying to change that system. I'm just trying to tell you what I know and share that with you, which today has been the biggest bombshell possibly since his arrest. This is the biggest piece of the puzzle. Upoot999 says, hey, legal mindset, just dropping some pennies. Love from the RSA. Hey, appreciate you. Captain Obvious says, what are the odds of someone petitioning to ask the U.S. government to revoke his citizenship? They can't do that, but they can revoke his passport. And that is fine. You can advocate for them to revoke his passport. You can do that. Asian Dragon says, in your lawyer passion, what is the embassy job since nuisance streamer here in the chat that I thought embassy protects American citizen? The embassy is here to facilitate relations between the countries. That is not to necessarily protect American citizens abroad. It's kind of incumbent on yourself to do that. And you need to be the one who's looking out for your protection. And technically, the U.S. can't protect you abroad. They don't have any sovereign power in South Korea or any other country. That is up to that country. So if you're in, let's say, South Korea, the Korean police are there to protect you. If you have a problem, you call the Korean police. That is not the sovereign power of America to be the world's police.
They want the impossible from me. The Steam Weedle cartel wants me to teach the South Sea pirates a lesson. The problem is that I can't be in 2 places at once. I need to stay here to keep the peace. Of late, the pirates have been disregarding the protection money that the cartel regularly forks over. So I'd like to temporarily deputize you to go down there and show them what for. You'll find them at Lost Rigger Cove, which is not too far to the south.
Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of action or freedom of consequence. If you were to go into the embassy and yell fire, you could get in trouble for that. Or if you were to say, talk about there being a terrorist in the embassy and you're yelling about terrorism in the embassy, you can get in trouble for that. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequence. And that's the biggest thing that the fanboys don't understand. They are trying to paint him as some freedom of speech person because they want him to not have any consequences.
He has some value,
that's because they're his fanboys,
might need your
right?
help
And they
to
want to see him fail.
on Ribley's
And most of his fanboys are actually probably trying to get him really hurt, if not killed. So it's really a sick thing, and it's this sick IRL streaming fetish that has really got people wrapped up into this, that wants to see Johnny.
If so, then speak
I think they
with
want
my
to see him hurting in
sister.
jail,
You'll
and I think
find
they
her holed up
kind of
in
enjoy
Flame
that. And they're
Crest,
just going to move
a
on to
cave
the next one
northwest of
afterwards,
Dreadmore
which is
Rock.
why it's not just
You're
about
the
Johnny.
help
It's
the
about nuisance
cartel
streaming
sent,
kind of
I
at large.
suppose you'll do.
Phoenix
Listen
Diaz says, forget
carefully,
solitary. South
adventurer.
Korean
As
prisons
you know, I am a
need
procurer of fashionable
oubliettes
apparel for
back
the
in South. I
elite
don't know
of
what an
Azerothian
oubliette is.
society.
Experience
Kings
for
and
one, thank
queens,
you.
war chiefs, and,
Eric says,
well,
do they
whatever
have
the horde
harboring a
calls their
fugitive law?
queens, all
Most
wear what I
countries do?
choose is in style.
So yeah,
And they
is Hank
pay
an
through the
accomplice?
nose
Not right
for it,
now.
which is the
When he
best
is, I'll let
part.
you know.
So here's what's going to
Why
happen.
do some people make excuses?
You head down
There's
to
a lot of
Lost Rigger
reasons. A lot of them are
Cove and
mentally
acquire a lot
challenged.
of
They have low
pirate hats by
IQs.
whatever
A lot of them are
Do you think
children.
you can handle that?
Some of them may have been hit in the head when they're kids. Some of them are very antisocial people. They're very hostile, aggressive people. Some of them have they enjoy stuff like, they're into very dark stuff. They're into people harming themselves. They also just some people like to be contrarian, right? It's the same people that are like, oh, Stalin wasn't that bad. He was kind of a nice guy.
Although my little brother Ribley has been worthless
let's
his
just go
whole
back
life,
and justify.
I
Like,
think finally
we can,
he has
Jeffrey
some
Dahmer.
value,
Oh no, he's all right.
we
Charlie
might need
Manson.
your
Oh,
help
he's a
to
good guy. Pays
capitalize on
taxes.
Ribley's
You know?
newfound worth. My
It's
sister
the people
Yuka
that want to
has been looking
justify
for him
anything.
for weeks.
And there's always
tracked him
people like
to
that.
the
And you
burning
can't get mad about it. That's just the way
She
it is.
sent word
I don't try to
me
change their mind
asking
because
for
obviously
some
they're
hired
fanboys,
hands.
right? You're not
So
going to
what
be able
do
to
you
change
say?
the mind
Want
of
to help?
a fanboy
If
or
so,
fangirl.
then speak with
I'll be
my
unisex,
sister.
right?
You'll find her
I'll be
holed up in
unisex.
Flame Crest, a cave northwest of Dreadmaw Rock.
It's the good stuff. Says hello from South Africa. Just want to thank you for all the hard work and your team covering this. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Design says Somalia has single-handedly done so much damage to the perception of dark-skinned people in those places. For lack of better words, fuck them, fuck them. He has really harmed the image, especially for African Americans and of Africans, because he calls himself Somali. So he has damaged the Somali community so much. I would be very concerned when he, just saying the Somali, yeah. For embassies, I believe they can offer asylum and give you a brief on what laws you're aware of, and once you're under authority, once you're under their authority, that's that. Now, I mean, just because they can doesn't mean they will, and there's not a situation where Johnny gets asylum here. This is not happening. But contact the embassy and make sure, it doesn't hurt to contact the embassy and make sure. Rewind the video. Go back in my video. Pull up when I talk to the embassy. There's an email too. Email them. Talk to them. Contact that embassy. Vic says, Mabuhay. Thanks for the update. Mabuhay. Shout out to my Filipinos and Filipinas. Does Korea have oubliette? If not, they need one. Oubliette, a hole in which people are put to be forgotten. I did not know that. Sobri said for 5, freedom of speech is a guarantee that the U.S. government won't stop
I might have to
speaking.
rethink my plan.
I am not the government, neither is YouTube or Discord. Exactly.
Here's what I promised.
Bad News Badger for
I'm
100 says
always
embassies
looking
in
for a
foreign
quick way to
countries
earn a
generally only help
gold
those with
adventurer.
legal
If
matters.
you help me
If
with
it's
my newest
bullshit
idea,
charges are
I'll
politically
let you
motivated.
in on a little of the
And
profit.
even then, it's not a
How
sure
does that
thing.
sound to
Exactly.
you?
And this is not
I
politically
thought
motivated.
so.
This is
Head
done
to
by
the
his
tar
own
pits in
actions.
northern Ungoro crater
Imagine
and collect me some
if
tar.
the government
Not just
starts
any tar.
helping
Now, you'll
actual
need to get it from
criminals
the
that are out
beasts
there
that
doing
live
real
around the tar
crimes. That would
pits.
be
Regular
a
tar
travesty.
just
And remember,
simply isn't
he's
sticky
already
enough.
pled guilty.
The plant-like
So they'd be
creatures
helping someone
contain
who is an
chlorophyll in their
admitted
skin,
criminal.
and
Think
mixed
about
with the
that.
tar,
They would
it's
be helping someone who is an
sticky.
admitted criminal,
I'm so glad you were able to do
helping
this
him
for me,
evade
adventurer.
serving time.
Thanks for your help.
He's not pled not guilty. He already pled guilty to 3 charges. He's going to be a convicted criminal on those 3 counts. So it's not like he's saying, "Oh, this is my
stuff
freedom of
tastes
speech. I'm
terrible.
protesting this
So
on
much
freedom
for
of
that
speech."
idea.
That's not what he's doing.
Wait,
That's not what
what's
he's doing. He said
that?
I'm guilty.
Oh, I know. You think I
Game
shouldn't
said,
give up
"Can
on this
I
stuff?
ask
Well,
if the time
okay
will come when
then.
media broadcasts around the world
I
because
have
the
an
news is not popular.
idea.
This will not be
Brilliant.
broadcast.
Take
Korea does
this
not stream
due
their
to my
crimes.
friend
Only you're going to get it
Sprinkle.
through me.
She's an
That's it.
excellent chef.
Sorry, I mean, that's
Tell her
why I'm
what
covering
we're
it.
up to here.
Anime
and that
lover
we want to
Shion
make
says
it go
uneducated
down a
behavior,
little
trans
easier.
rationality.
I mean,
No,
if it's going to
it
taste that
doesn't in the
bad,
long
it
run.
at least should have some kick to it. And I'm just not
Any
feeling
nickname
it.
so I can call
Marin's
you
a
Vox
good
or Akuma
guy,
of
don't
Walter.
get me
Oh, hell
wrong.
no, I will ban you.
Just a little
Chuck Taylor for $1.99.
eccentric,
Thank you.
I'd say.
Tuna
And
Monster
of
said
course,
RKI is not
he needs
insane,
my
he's just
help
low
yet
IQ. No,
again.
he's not dumb. He's not dumb. He just thinks he's smarter than he is. He is not dumb. It's actually dangerous to call him dumb. He's not dumb. He just thinks he's smarter than he is. You might call him a midwit, right? He can read Wikipedia, right? He's smart enough to read Wikipedia, but he's not smart enough to synthesize and understand and really put things together and put 2 + 2 together. He's not dumb. Calling him dumb, and that actually, like Kitty says, it proves willfulness. And that's important to the jury, to the judge, because they can show he's doing this willfully. So this whole when he pretends to be like thoughtful, that actually blows back in his face. Shorty Sky says, "Whoa, did RKI use his police Omnitrax on that?" He's been doing a bunch of weird stuff. Mercenary says, "Oh God, I hope God gives Johnny his personal judgment." Well, that's for the aftermath. Gamercron says, "If RKI got deleted, what would you feel?" I don't support that. You cannot talk about that in Mercenary. Don't say that again in the chat, because I don't want to even promote that. Johnny, on the meanwhile, has made several death threats about me, but I'm not at all. Don't support that. Don't at all. I know you're a supporter, so I'm going to give you a little juing out, but anybody who puts any
Marin's
sort
a
of
good
threats
guy.
is going to
Don't
get
get me
banned permanently.
wrong.
Period.
Just a
No
little
exceptions.
eccentric, I'd say.
Be very careful
and
with
of
that.
course,
That
he needs
I do
my
not
help
support
yet
that at all
again.
with anybody, even my worst
When
enemies.
I
I
was
don't
a
wish them
kid,
physical
my
harm.
sister
I don't wish
used to
them
do
to be
all the
harmed to the
cooking.
point where
It was
they're
horrible. I could barely stomach some of her concoctions until I
in
found
chance
what
of
I like to call
dying,
my
right?
secret
That's not cool.
ingredient.
Yeah, not
Add it
cool.
to anything and
So yeah,
wow,
Danielle
it
will
tastes
ban
great.
hammer you.
What
Don't
is
do
it,
that.
you ask? It's a mushroom called the violet
That
dragon.
said, you mess around in some places and that's the consequence, right? So like realistically, we talk about like you go to certain countries and they're not going to arrest you. There's something's going to happen. We talk about that in the U.S. with a lot of places. If you mess with people, there's self-defense laws. So in the U.S., you could just be shot and that would just be a self-defense thing because you've messed with someone in a way in which they would have a reasonable fear of their life. So, for example, when he was picking on the Korean old man and pushing him, like that guy could have a reasonable fear of his life. He doesn't know what this guy's going to do to him, right? You know, come on. The videos as evidence, it's diplomatic crisis. No, it's not happening. The whole diplomatic angle is not happening. As an American living and teaching in Seoul, my kids know RK and dislike him immensely. Throw the book at him. He gives him Americans a bad name. Look at this. Someone is teaching in Seoul, and he says they know him and they hate him. Boom, there you go. Liao 4 says Johnny's life is over. What do you recommend his last meal is before he goes to prison? Because even before he gets out, he'll have nothing left. I think it's got to be cabbages. Physics Meerkat for 100 Thai baht. Songkran is coming here playing at Water Gun Fight. Yes, I will be here for Songkran. I will be here for Songkran. I am looking forward to that, to Songkran. This is my first Songkran I'll be in Thailand. I've missed it every year. So I will be definitely hanging out in Thailand for Songkran. I'm excited. NZ for 5 says governments help criminals all the time so long as they have billions in the bank account.
Welcome to Tenaris.
Gamercron says sorry, not going to happen.
How can I be of service?
No, it's all right. It's all right. I know you're a donator, but let's behave because YouTube, you know, I'm not Johnny. I don't want to get banned off of every platform. Rayobi says if guys were breaking laws, harassing people, ruining the reputation of my country, my ethnicity, as it says they're above the law because they're from a first world and act like an idiot, I would be pissed. Yeah, no, I get it. You'd be pissed, and I would be pissed too if I'm from a country and people act like they're above the law. If someone came to America, they came to Florida, and they said, I'm Chinese, I can do whatever I want. I think they would find out real quick you can't. And Florida Man would make that clear. Resilius says Dunning-Kruger effect decides imperfectly. Yes. Sparks said, watched him talk, desperately wants out like a mouse in a terrarium. Yeah, he's backed in a corner. And, you know, his fanboys fluffing him up are not going to get him anywhere. You know, and he's really desperately trying that right now. He's trying anything and everything, but he knows he's in trouble and he's feeling the consequences. Once again, like I said, for Ramsey, you know, it's coming together very much like this right now. Very much like that. All right. So we have 2 more. My GWT says, my fear is he's acting so bad he may hurt himself. I hope he does not hurt himself, and I do not encourage that. And he should, you know, if he needs to be locked up or detained for his own good, then maybe he can go to jail and be detained for his own good, you know, before trial, pre-trial. He can also check in. There's actually a hotel in Korea where it's like a prison and you can check yourself in. So he could check himself into that if he needed to. It's good for mental health. Nuna SOF says, what's your favorite cabbage recipe? Is it salty? Yeah, kimchi is great. It's great. I also like sauerkraut. But, you know, it's all good stuff. All right, guys, that's what we got for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, an epic number here. Please share this out. I will make a clip of this so you guys are able to understand it a little bit better later. We had so many members today. Thank you for the big gifts today, all you guys who donated. I believe we had almost 500. Actually, we're 10 short of 500 members, so that's a huge amount of new members. Thank you so much for that. It's been amazing, guys. It's a ride for you, and I'm going to have all the updates here. April 9th is still the next trial date. Do not get that twisted. Cat Game said, why is the media around the world won't cover this case? Only YouTuber like you. No, they're covering it. They're covering it. If you want to look at like the Korea's covering it, other places are covering it. They just haven't covered it on some places, but even it was on MSNBC. It was on MSNBC. So look at this. Look at this. I'm just going to show you guys this. The mainstream is covering this. This is MSN, right? Which I don't always agree with. Late and hungover, he pleads guilty. He's arrested again. More bad news in Korea. Face trial over convenience. So mainstream media is covering this, guys. It's not like they're not. They just don't have the details I have. I have more information than they do. So they get their information second or third hand from me, essentially, because I am talking to Koreans. And so the big thing is there's a gap between what gets out in Korea and what gets out in America. And there's certain information that's only in Korean. So it's not easy for the foreign press to access. And also they're not in contact with a team of people, the Somali conviction team, which is my my team of people, we call the SCT, the Somali Conviction Team, they're not in contact with them, right? Like us. So thank you for that. By the way, Harold Chipson getting us to 500. Thank you so much for that. We're now 500 members. Thank you. Very based. Thank you. Yes. For 510. Thank you, JP. And also thanks to the mods, like Unhinged Valkyrie said. Thank you to the mods, JP Ravenfire, Danielle, Stellar mods. Also shout out to Don Baca, Professional Gentleman, my other mods. They're also really great as well. Phoenix DS says legal mindsets, the boots on the ground, and the legal goods the mainstream media wants. Exactly. And that's what I've been doing throughout this. And that's why Johnny hates me. And that's why, guys, and that's why Johnny and all of his little fanboys are coping. And
You are coping the ceiling. You just can't believe what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping the ceiling. The truth it is all day, and now you are more than you're coping so hard. Coping your ceiling.
It's too far away. The ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet. More rage. Not enough rage. Immediate target. I'm out of range. It's too far away. Not ready yet. I don't have a target. Not ready. Do that yet. I'm out of range. I need to get closer. It's too far away. I'm out of range. It's too far.
Adventurer, you are the man. I'm sure that the cartel will ease up on me now that you've dealt with those South Sea scum. Let's see, what can I give you as a reward? How about a little coin and you choose from one of these for your trouble?
Ah, Andre's head. So I guess he'll make his trial after all. Much appreciated, adventurer. Now, if you'll just sign here, I can issue you payment for services rendered. Don't worry about the small print. It's harmless and I don't think there's a magnifying glass small enough to read it anyway.
Great. Thanks for the shipment. Now McKinley and I can finally settle our wager. Thanks again for your help, adventurer. Here's a bottle of Steam Weedle Bilge Rum. Take it to McKinley and he can finally put to rest his crazy beliefs about Booty Bay booze.
Oh, you're a darling, even if it did take you longer than I am accustomed to. This shipment should make me quite a bit of money once I've cleaned and personalized these hats. And seeing as I'm always willing to reward work that's well done, here's a little something for you. I suggest that you spend some of it on a bath, sweetie.
Welcome to Tanaris, adventurer. How can I be of service to you today? You don't look like a blacksmith to me, but I know how looks can be deceiving.
Keep it real!
Welcome to Tanaris, adventurer. How can I be of service to you today? You don't look like a blacksmith to me, but I know how looks can be deceiving.
Hurry back! closer. I'm out of rage.
Oh my gosh, boys, I am shaking. Oh, that was a close call. Oh my gosh, I played that really well. Stayed calm, retaliate, fear, heal. I was out of target dummies. Fudge. Oh my gosh, I need to go get target dummies. Man, I forgot to use my high explosives. Next time. Wow, that was scary as fudge, boys. I'm shaking, man. Let's get out of here. Demon slaying. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared, boys. That was scary as fudge.
How may I aid you?
Oh my gosh.
Goodbye. Hand. Be careful. Greetings. in peace. Looking for something special? May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
Oh my gosh.
Is this clear? This is your car too?
Yeah, that's my car over here.
No, you break for a second. King Adam.
Sorry about that. Was watching a like cops like video. No, viewer, where did you go? Welcome, welcome. How's it going? Just getting some snacks, guys. Just getting some snacks. You know, let me put out my timeout thing for now, just because I'm grabbing some snacks and I need to eat. I need to eat, boys. I need to eat. I'm like shaking a little bit, you know. Yo, dinner sham. That's super cool, man. Oh yeah, I need some dummies. I know I said I was gonna get food, and I still haven't gotten food. I know, I know. Let's see. Target dummy. Master target dummy. Yeah, see, that's what I need. 275. Going to get a couple of more quests done here in Fair Loss. Super cool. Super cool. Let's go. Okay. I'm chatting with Dinar Shaman right now. This guy's pretty chill. Yeah, I need to tell him that I almost died earlier. I almost died. What? Yeah. All right, Jessa. How can I find a clip of my stream so I can send it to this guy? Let me see. Let's see.
I guess, the way I ended up in that van, he needed.
Let's see. Where am I? Uh, Heavier person. Aww. Oh, so scared, guys. All right.
I have just the thing for you.
Did our shop, I do not die to turtle. Not to turtle. Where are the quests for this place? Are there any here? Let's look at the map. See where they're all at. Oh, here they are. Okay. Job opening. Oh, forgot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, forgot.
Rest your weary bones for a spell. How may I be of service? Watch your back.
aka Die. What's up, man? Are you the great Dinar Shaman? Just curious. I'm gonna ask him. Is your Twitch name? Just message some random guy. Oh my gosh. Dinar Shaman, bro, I was trying to message you and I was chatting with some rando. He was replying like, what the fudge, man? He was just trying to invite me to Princess run at Meridon. But nah, I'd be questing, bro. I am like 2 bars though from leveling to 50, so I'm totally stoked. And I would feel more comfortable tanking Mara at like 50 plus. Right now, 49, getting there. I should have at least done it though as a DPS, you know? Get some experience. Noob me, probably should have done that. Because it's been a while since 1, I've been in Mara, and 2, that I've actually tanked. It's my first time tanking. So let's go. I am here mainly because of the bandages, but also I want to see if there's like a quest here that I can pick up. Ooh, who buffed me? Who buffed me? Thank you, sir. All right, let's learn. Yeah, there we go. Room cloths. Let's go. All right. So let's see. Are there any quests here? No, sunken treasure. That sounds dangerous. Nope, not gonna do that. Let's go to the hinterlands, man. Let's go get those elite quests. Maybe there'll be somebody there that wants to do those. Oh, I lost my place. Hey kid, Doi, shout out, man. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Hope your day's going great. It's towards the end of the evening. If you're East Coast time, it's like what, like 5:30 for you? Not sure what coast you're on, or maybe you're not even in the States. Maybe you're an Aussie, man, and this is like middle of the night for you. All right, let's go to Hinterlands and let's go get those elite quests. See if we can knock those out. Here we go. Here we go. Dinar Shamans, got this cool. Bro, I gotta hear some cool stories though. Some of those stories. Some stories. AKA in the chat. You definitely can tank Princess. I told you a story about a level 50 tank with 2.5k able to tank him. You can. Dinar Shem. Hey, what's up, man? Let's go. Oh yeah. Okay, so you ran it with the guy that that's got a 2.5k. He tanked it okay. He didn't die. Oh, that's cool. All right, then I definitely can. All right. All right, let's get the elite quests here. Yeah, Snapjaws. Transfer the chain. The hinterlands wants you to kill. Camera retrieve.
Stay away from them.
Doesn't this guy have like some sort of snazzy fishing pole? I thought he did. What can you teach me? No? Chimera on Snapjaw. Oh, it's from a quest. Oh, there it is. Okay, okay. 38.8. Ooh. Is this almost better than my two-hander? That's wild. Oh, that's funny as heck. What level can you get this? I wonder. I'm gonna come back for this. Do I have enough log space? 15. I have room for 5. I'm gonna wait because I think there's like a bunch of elite quests. Start collecting those. Let's start here. Let's see what's in here. Oh. Lost lunch. No, not that one. Any up here? There we go. Got 2 here. Kidnapped Elder Tumtusk. We have been told. Oops.
Don't be shy. Bye now.
I can't hear my... How about now? Can I hear it? No, I still can't hear it. Dark vessels. Okay. Okay, 2 of them. Let's go find some more. Oh, minimap shows them. Okay. Let's see this one. Nope, that's not it. That one. Smith strangles or tuskfish. I wish you to find strangles. It's lost tools. That's not it. Compiling cousins. That's not it. Oh, right here. So, oh, this wanted sign right here. Okay. Wait, did I not accept it? Yeah, I did. Okay. So I have 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like a 5. Nice. How many are there total? Do you know how many total there are? How many quests are there? Or elites? Hopefully I grab them all. I'm going to check the upstairs. What's this guy? Message to the Wildhammer. What does he sell? Oh, no. Okay. Dude, that's a catchy jam. I'm gonna crank that baby up. It's dope. Join the jam, bro. Yeah, let's go. Uchichi, you know what's going on, bro. You know how it goes. Let's go, bro. Now twerk it. Twerk it. Oh, snap. At the same time. Did we just twerk it at the same time? Let's go. uh. Go. 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 Uchichi. Go. Go. Oh my gosh, this is wild. It's funny. It's stupid, but it's entertaining. All right, thanks to dude. Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too. It has been forever since I've been in this place. What is this? This is cool. It's a cool lookout. This would be like a good place for like a 5-star like restaurant. You just like you come in, you sit down, got the view, right? You're like, oh man, oh let's see what's in the menu. Like turtle soup. Oh, delicious. Freshly picked. What? It must have been the turtles I saw on the way here. Let's go, right? And then you turn around, you got entertainment, live entertainment, right? Yeah. I would totally play this game in like VR mode. It'd be awesome. So here, some candles. Hey, hey people down there. All right. That's fun. All right. Thank you, my dude. There's some good jams. How do I tip you? /tip. Tips you. Tips Ortho. Othio. Othio, is that his name? Tips Othio. Ah, he's grateful. Go, go, go. I'm impressed that he doesn't cut himself with that knife. That's crazy. All right, well, thanks for the entertainment, man. That was cool. Let's go on. Let's go find some other elite quests. I don't think there are any more. Are there more? No. I'm just gonna ask the world chat. How many elite quests are there in Hinterlands, for Hinterlands? No. Yeah, I'll just ask it, whatever. Okay. Anyone know about how? Nah. You know what? I'm just gonna internet, man. I'm just gonna Google it. Let's see. What should I use? What should I search for? Oh, there's that one right there. That was an elite. And then Ring G is trapped. Okay. So maybe I'll do, what's this one? Grim message. No, I'm not gonna do that one. So maybe I'll go to this one. And then I'll free Ringy while people get here. And maybe I can try and knock these quests out. Maybe. All right. Dinar Sham, I have the quest, man. We are good. We're good to go. Oh, shoot. Oh, you were good, bro. You were good. I was just concerned you were probably going to die. There you go. Okay, so do I want to do that quest? Yes, I do. And apparently I have a quest there too. Oh. Okay. You know, while this guy's here, I'm gonna go back and see if he will help me with the Elite Turtle quest. He looks like the kind of lad that might be down for such things. I think I'm gonna skip this one. I think that's the one that turns to PvP. I'm not sure, but either way, I think I'm just gonna skip it. All right, so we'll do. Whoa. What are all these quests? Let's see. Oh, there's one that's an elite one right there. Separation anxiety. So I need to get that one. Where is that one? Let's see who has it. Huntsman Mark Core. Huntsman. All right, so let's target the Huntsman. There he is. Let's give him a little mark. Oh, dude, how did I miss this quest earlier? What? All right. Yeah, look at all these quests. Okay, may I wish to supplement that separation anxiety? Vile branch. Let's see. This is the elite one, right? Serpent separation anxiety. Yeah, that's the elite one. What does he want me to do? In a village, tomahawks, compass, meat, the vile branch. Silly, he was fattened to live and was. Okay, one of the downsides of gaming from the couch is that I cannot see the small text on my screen that's like 80 miles away from the couch. Given a swift, brutal execution, to the recover his remains. Okay. What? Oh, the log is full. Oh man. All right, let's delete some card that we're probably not gonna do. Burning steeps. I'm not going to burning steps yet, so I'm gonna abandon that one for now. Oh, it's a dungeon though. Interesting. Okay, I'll save it just so I don't lose it, because I do want to do whatever dungeon that is. Stealing. Oh, I'm almost done with that one. Might as well hang on to it. H Gorilla Sinew. Okay, I can remove this one for now. Scary and shaky. Yeah, I can abandon this one for now. And I'll pick those up later. Let's see. Singing blue shards. I'm gonna abandon that one for now too. Akiri's bundle read. I'll abandon that one for now as well. Raptor Mastery. Oh, I never did those, did I? Sensil Secret. All right, there we go. I'll just do those later if I really want to go back there, because I want to have room for these babies. Separation anxiety. Let's get that one. And stalking the stalkers. Okay, let me see. Now, do I have more elites? Oh, look at all those elites. Ooh. Got that one. Maria. Dude. Sham, look at all these elite quests we could do, man. That's a lot of XP, bro. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 7. Let's come do these. It's a lot of XP. All right. How much log? Oh, I have room for 4 more. Yeah, you know what, man? Let's just get these here, okay? Let's just get these. Yeah, man. I'm gonna eat in a bit and then come back later on. So maybe by then you'll be done with your quests over in Tanaris. And then, bro, you gotta come join me. Get these elites out of the way. Form our group. Get our Zul'Farrak mallet, and then once we have the mallet, then we can do Ul'dah, and then Zul'Farrak, and then get extra XP from the Godzilla boss. And then if there's room and we still have energy and you're probably not working as much, then we'll do whatchamacallit, Mara. I gotta hit Mara too. Oh, you can't. Yeah. Oh, well, are you working all day, bro? Because we can. Yep, all day. Oh, okay. So I may have to do some of this without you, huh? Sadness. 10 a.m. Central to 9 p.m. So that's 9 p.m. Oh, okay. So you'll probably be able to play around like 10 p.m. your time. That's not bad. 11s to 10 p.m.s. Yeah, Central server time. 11s. Yeah. Okay. So tonight, man. All right. We'll probably I'll probably do some Uldahs and then Zul'Farraks, and then we can do Mara, because I think that one I can probably tank. Did you heal Mara or did you DPS for Mara? You can do both. Are you? Oh, you're dual spec. That's cool. Me too. Cannibalistic cousins. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I dual spec too, but I messed up my points. See, like I'll show you what I have. Like this is my this was the first tree that I kind of went down in. I just started putting points in what I thought looked cool. Got some in Piercing Howl, right? Then I got Blood Craze. And this Blood Craze actually keeps me going. When I'm just soloing, like when I was just killing mobs, like I my health didn't drop down. I had a lot of uptime. I didn't really need to eat. I did not get improved battle shout as much. A lot of the whatchamacallit, the guides out there, they'll say like get 5 cruelty, get 5 improved demoralized shout, get 5 in battle shout, and then these down here, these are normal. The center area is kind of where I did it differently because I didn't see the guide, and then once I saw the guide, I was like, oh, I got Unbridled Wrath instead of improved demoralizing shout, and I got Blood Craze and Piercing Howl instead of improved battle shout. So I guess those are the two differences from the guides that are out there. And then once I did that, I went to arms, got some deflection, and then tactical mastery, and then I plan on getting into anger management and just kind of doing some more other damagey stuff over here. And then I got my tank. Yeah, I'll show you my tank. Then I bought dual. Then I bought dual spec, man, because I wanted to set this one for tanking, right? And the tanking one is similar to the one for Fury for just regular DPS. Got 5 in cruelty, improved battle shout, improved demoralizing shout. This time I did not get Blood Craze or Piercing Howl. I just got improved battle shout. And then I got dual wield spec, got that, of course, got Death Wish and this, and then Flurry. Then after that, I started going tank spec over here. So got these 2 things. I'm going to get some points here, and then I'm going to get some last stand because I want last stand. And so far when I tank, I actually like the damage talent tree is better. I feel like I hold aggro more because I do more damage. And with the this one, the second one, that like Fury Prot build, right now I still don't hold aggro as well as I do than with my Fury / arms. So right now my leveling spec seems to be, I at least I prefer it, because especially with the with tactical mastery, because I can just like swap stances real quick and, you know, do a little bit more damage and then swap back and then continue tanking. So I don't know if I'm crazy, man, but so far I prefer the Fury / arms for tanking a little bit more than Fury / protection. I think that Fury / protection is more for like, maybe it's more for like 60, you know, end games. You know, like maybe like a BRD and beyond. This will come in handy because I shouldn't have to switch stances. Maybe, I don't know. That's what the guide said. Because I'm new to Warrior, I don't know what to go with. I'm just going with the guide. Maybe I'm a dummy, maybe I'm not. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Notice the Fury and Pro protection is more single target tanking. Yeah, so maybe that's more for like raid, like you know, if I'm Molten Core or something, you know, those big main bosses. So maybe that's what that's for. So what I'm thinking of doing is, yeah, no, I think you're right. So far from tanking, that's kind of what I feel like. I feel like this Fury / Prot is more for like single target, because I cannot hold aggro as well. Like in Uldemond, when we have those big mobs with the melee guys and then the white fire guys, like it's really hard. But with Fury Arm, I just keep swapping between stances. So I'll swap to Berserk stance, right? Do AoE damage, and then swap back to tank, and then do some Sunders, and then without losing too much rage. And with Fury / Pro, because I don't have that tactical mastery, I can't do that. So I'm in a dilemma, because right now my secondary talent thing over here is not being used at all. Like, look, I have like 2 unspent points because I don't use it. I noticed that I like tanking better with my Fury / arms. So maybe, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so too. You know what I was thinking of trying, hear me out, is to go back to my secondary talent, reset these, and then build it like just pure DPS, like just pure DPS. Like I'm talking Cruelty, Unbridled Wrath, you know, Improved Battle Shout, dual wield spec, just all the you know, normal stuff. And then in arms, just go straight to arms and get like, instead of deflection, get like improved heroic strike and improved rend or something like that. Maybe 2 heroic strikes, 3 rend, get tactical mastery, you know. And then this way, if I want to DPS on a dungeon, like I'll feel like I can actually put out some good damage, or more than my current build. Because right now I kind of have a spec for a little bit of tanking / damage, you know, like I got deflection, for instance. So I'm thinking about resetting my second talent tree to just pure damage only. Like I would not be able to tank in that spec at all, or I wouldn't want to anyways. But yeah, you think deflection is better? But just pure, I'm thinking just pure DPS, right? If I'm just gonna be like just only damaging, I'll get that extra like heroic strike. I'm thinking dungeons. This probably wouldn't be like leveling. Yeah. My current build right now for my first one is for leveling. Like I don't mind leveling with this. Like the reason I like leveling with this tree is because of the blood craze and the piercing howl. This blood craze and piercing howl is for like when they're getting away, and I cannot. They're not within melee range, so I can hamstring, and it keeps my uptime. Like I don't have to eat as much when I'm being healed from their crits. and then also some deflection. I didn't take improved rend, and then from here tactical mastery, and then anger management, and just get like a little bit more leveling stuff here. But most of the time when I DPS on a warrior, I rarely use heroic. Yeah, that's true. Right now I'm trying out this thing where I use heroic, but I use it for oh, where'd it go? Oh man, I reset my lady my keybinds. Right now I'm testing out this heroic strike setup where I think it was you that told me. So somebody told me, someone in comms told me the other day to do this, where you do where you cancel heroic strike, you prime it, and then you cancel it so that your offhand procs or procs a hit. And I've been doing that, and I do notice a lot more rage build. So yeah, so I've been using heroic strike a lot more now. Like here, I'll show you. I'm gonna show you, bro. I'm gonna show you, bro. You build it, and then you cancel it, and it's gonna guarantee that your offhand hits. Like that. There we go. Dang, this turtle is kicking my butt. Yeah, so prime it and then cancel it right before it hits. Boom. But yeah, do that blood craze. When I get crit, like it heals me for I forgot what percent. Yeah, oh for sure. So now I actually like you, I didn't even have heroic strike really here to use at all. I didn't have it in my bar. But now I do, because I want to practice that that loading, priming it, and then canceling it right before my main hand hits. Because when that happens, when it's primed, the offhand is guaranteed to land. So that's a lot more. That's more rage. But yeah, check that out, bro. Like 84%. Usually, without the craze, like I'll be down to like half, and then I have to eat, and it's just kind of frustrating. No, I don't actually use heroic strike. Yeah, although sometimes I don't let it off on time, and I actually use it. So I use a heroic strike to kind of have the offhand hits land, and then I use the rage that is built from it to instead cast Bloodthirst. But when I have like excessive click on it. Click on that detail damage. I don't know how to work this, man. Let's see if we can understand this. So one mostly melee, 26% Bloodthirst. Wow. My heroic strike is 6%. No, it doesn't. So the point of so when I see heroic strike on here is because I don't let it off on time, and I accidentally use it. I'm using it instead to have my offhand damage hit. Oh, you're right. Oh, Shams. Oh my gosh, you're right, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay, okay. I see what the cow's milking. All right, I get it. All right, all right. So yeah, so why put points into it if it's not a main source of actual damage? It's just its only purpose is to have my offhand hits land hit. That's why my melee damage is like, you know, over 50% because that offhand is landing more often. Hmm. This is random. Do you know if you put your details damage into current segment or overall data? Like I never know how to like set this correctly. I don't know how to set this right. I never know how to like read it. Do I put standard? Do I select everything? I don't know. Current. All right, let's go back. Current segment. Okay, there we go. And then, all right. And how about for do I want standard or everything or plugins? Probably not plugins, huh? Everything? What's the difference? Let's see. Oh, what's this? It shows the turtle's damage. Oh, that's crazy. All right, so turtle's damage, what? It was 38. DPS is 38. Mine 69. Oh, that's embarrassing. Huh. All right, maybe I don't want everything. I don't need to know what the damage the turtle did. Oops. All right, let's put it on standard, I guess. There we go. All right, so in that case, this is random. Do you know how to get rid of these eagles on the sides of the bars? I kind of don't like them. I mean, I like them, but I also just I feel like they don't go with the boxiness of the death log at the bottom left. Well, you can't see it because my picture's over it. But I got death log behind my picture, and it's like boxy. It's a me thing. Anyways, dude, that was super helpful, man. I am going to go eat and then do some things, run some errands, and then I'm going to be back on, do some stuff. Hopefully no close calls this time. And then if I'm on, man, stop by, say hi. And then later on when you get off work, we'll run something. I'm probably going to be feedy by the time you get off, and then I'll be tanking Mara at feedy, man. It's gonna be nice. All right, talk to you later, bro.